Hello all you wonderful people out there. I'm back in the galley. Yes, I'm still trying to catch up so my off the cut videos tie up with my cruising videos. I got told off by my mum that they didn't tie up, so I'm trying to bring them back into alignment again. Was planning a DIY video today, but it's hammering it down outside. Well, this is why I'm not outside today. It's been like this now since 5 o'clock yesterday evening, and it's now about 11:30. And to do the DIY video, I need to use the jigsaw outside. So I came back into the galley, and today I'm going to cook you liver, bacon and onions. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea eating offal, especially a lot of my American friends, but trust me, this is absolutely delicious. And I'm using lamb's liver, not pig's liver or calf's liver, which can be a little bit bitter. If you're in America, it's very difficult to get lamb's liver. I know from experience when I lived over there. But you can get chicken livers, and it does work sort of with chicken livers, but lamb's liver is the best. If you can get lamb's liver, trust me, it's worth getting. And this is a real cheap meal. This is going to be a meal for probably 2 people, and it's cost a couple of pounds, about $3. And to go with it, I'm doing a root vegetable mash, which has got in it carrots, parsnip, potato and sweet potato. But about 50% of it is just potato, and the other 50% is made up with the other root vegetables. You could put something like swede, which is rutabaga in America, or any other root vegetable you really want into it. You don't really want to perhaps add turnip, it's a little bit bitter. So let's get on with this video, shall we? Potato, parsnip, sweet potato, what else did I put in here? Oh, carrots. Yeah, so there's my root vegetables. Just like when I floured and fried off the ribs the other day, I'm going to do exactly the same with the liver. In a baggie, I've already put this in 1 tablespoonful of flour. I have here some fine sea salt, about, I don't know, half a teaspoonful-ish. And similar with black pepper. I like black pepper. I like it, everything to be that little bit of a twang to it, a little bit of a spice to it. Yeah, a little bit more. This is getting low, it's not grinding out very fast. There we go. So just mix all that up nicely so it's all mixed into the flour. Now to add my liver. Once again, I'm going to tie the bag up. Actually, I'm just going to hold it this time. I'll just put like a twisted it round. It's all nicely coated. You can see there, it's all nicely coated. I'm going to take my vegetables and put on to start cooking. Once again, I'm going to add about a teaspoonful of salt to my vegetables. Now for this, I've got out my frying pan or skillet or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to add some olive oil and a decent knob of British butter. Of course, probably doesn't matter what country the butter comes from, as I'm in England. British butter is good. It's probably about an ounce or so. I'm going to start warming that up. That may look like a lot of fat in there, but because I've got all this flour and I've added the butter because I want to enrich the gravy. I don't use gravy granules, as I said before, I don't like them. And I want to enrich the gravy a little bit, so I've added the butter. Once that's melted, I'm going to start adding the liver. Now I'm going to turn it down. I don't want to burn the butter or anything, so I'm going to turn that down. Now it's all melted. I'll start adding my liver. I've cut it into fairly smallish pieces. One of the reasons was there were some nasty bits in the middle of it, so you know, some tubes. So I wanted to cut those out. I just want to be left with the liver. I'm going to try and get the liver not to use up the whole pan here. A few little bits here as well. They all go in, and you may be asking yourselves, why have you left that part of the pan empty, Trev? Well, that is where I'm going to put the onions in a minute. So I have here what we call rashers of bacon in England. This is back bacon. It's been trimmed, there's no rind on it, and this is unsmoked. I was going to use smoked bacon, but it looks like I've eaten all of that. So I'm going to cut this into strips. Like so. As I say, there's two here. I'm just going to split them apart as I throw them in. So that's my bacon in there now, and my liver cooking away quite nicely. Just sort of cooking off the bacon a little bit. I don't particularly need it cooked that much at the moment. I'm going to move the bacon up into one piece there. I'll turn the liver, which is now just starting to brown off there quite nicely. I'm going to move the liver down to here for a moment. That's why I turn it over, it makes it easier. Gives you somewhere to turn it to. Oh, let's shove it all back up that side again. The reason I'm doing that is because of the tilt on the boat. Most of my juices are going to, the fat's down this side now, and then we're going to add the onions. I didn't have any brown onions on the boat. I used the last one the other day, and I haven't been shopping since. Red onions it is, because I've got those on the boat. I'm just going to give it a bit more heat again. My vegetables have come to the boil there, so I'm going to turn them right down low. You may have noticed I've cut the vegetables up quite small. I'm going to be mashing them anyway, so you might as well cook them as quick as you can. I'm just going to turn the camera off for a moment while that fries off a little bit. Now, if I wasn't adding this to a gravy, and I was just cooking lamb's liver, I would consider that done right now, where it's still nice and pink in the middle. But for this dish, a little different. You can trim off the fat off the bacon if you don't want it in there. The animal fats are not bad for you. The big myth telling you that they are. You can possibly see in there there's still quite a lot of fat in here. That's why, once again, I've saved the little bit of flour that's left over in here, and we're going to add that to it. We're going to add that quite soon. Got some nice colour to this liver here happening. I'm only turning it again to make sure it's hot on the other side. Not really makes any difference because it's going to go into a different pot in a moment. The onions are sweated off now quite nicely. Bacon's done its thing. The onions are just starting to caramelise now, and that's just sort of the point I want them. I don't want them burnt or anything, I just want to slightly caramelise them. And I think that's just about there. And they're going to add the rest of that flour. I think it's got salt and pepper and everything in it, so it is seasoned. There's not much of it there. Now I'm going to take a wooden spoon and mix it all in. The flour will make like a little bit of a roux again with the rest of that fat. And if there's still some of the fat left, which there is a fraction here, I'm just going to use my flour shaker here because I'm not going to use much. A little bit with the flour shaker, just to finish off frying up the last bit of fat in there. We don't want it greasy. Just like the other day, once you add flour to something, You want to make sure you cook that flour off. You don't want it tasting the flour. So just like the other day, out comes the OXO cube. Well, a different OXO cube, of course. I've already used the other one. I'm just going to crumble that in. Stir that in. Now I'm going to add some hot water. I'm not making this very liquidy. I'm not making a lot of gravy to go with this. Personally, the way I normally would cook it is just cook the liver pink. I wanted to show this dish. It's a great old English traditional dish. So I thought I'd bring this one to you. This is the way my dad would like his liver done. He wouldn't like it. He probably wouldn't even eat it if I cooked it for him pink. So that is actually cooked now, basically. But this is a Trevor cooking. So what we're going to actually do now is transfer that into a pan, into a saucepan, and put it on the stove. So I'm using the saucepan I used the other day. Turn the gas off. I'll try and keep this in camera shot. I'll probably make a mess doing so. Put it all into that saucepan. Got all the nice tasty bits in there, don't we? I decided that is a little thick, so I'm just going to put a little bit more water into the frying pan there. Let's get rid of, or to use some more of those delicious bits in there. That looks pretty darn good to me. So while we're doing the mash to go with this, this is going to go on the stove, which is just about going. Just going to test the spoon. Yep, that tastes good. A little bit more cooking on that, it'd be absolutely perfect. So lid on, and I'm going to go and pop it on the stove. So there we have it, on the stove. The stove's not very hot today. I've only literally got it just about going. But it'll keep it warm. It doesn't need any cooking, so it's just basically going to keep it warm and just let all those flavours amalgamate together. Well, I've just turned my vegetables off. They're now nice and soft, so they will mash easily. Although I won't actually use a masher, I'm going to put them through my potato ricer. You can see them steaming everywhere there, probably steaming up the lens of the camera. I've just put them into the colander and drained them off. I'm just sitting them on the bowl there, out of the way. The saucepan I cooked them in, I'm now going to put them into. If you don't have one of these, a potato ricer, no big deal, just mash them as normal. So what I'm going to do here, they're hot, so I'm going to just take them out with a spoon. Anyone that knows me will know that I do not like milk. I don't have a problem with butter. So we're going to start adding some butter to this. And I'm going to put some in the ricer. Oh, that's not going. I'll add some more butter to it. As I say, I don't add milk or cream to my mashes, but I do like to add some butter. Just mix all that in there with the butter, and as you can see there, it's coming together quite nicely. Not sure what that is in there. Looks like a leaf off the onion somehow got in there, probably off the spoon. See, that's all nicely mixed in now, creamed up quite nicely. Lovely colour, isn't it? So there's my mash. I'm just going to throw the lid back on it, keep the warmth in, put it on the side. Getting quite a mess here. No trouble with cooking in the kitchen or cooking on a boat or in the galley. Although this is quite a large galley compared with a lot of boats, I still seem to run out of room. Right, I have my plates here which I have pre-warmed. So let's plate up. 1 spoon. Just going to sit that on here. So there's my liver and bacon. Just turn the plate around. Now for some of this mash. So there we have it, my liver and bacon with a mixed root vegetable mash. Here's the liver, that gravy and the mash. Simple, good old-fashioned cooking. That was really good. I like that. Thank you once again for watching Cooking on a Narrowboat. It's amazing what fantastic food you can put together on a boat. It's just like cooking in any other kitchen. And keep the mind open of what you're going to eat and what you're going to try. That is, I know when I was in America, everybody goes, oh, I don't like liver, I can't eat liver, it's too irony. Lamb's liver is not. You've probably only ever tried calf's liver and pig's liver. If you can get lamb's liver, go for it. And chicken liver is really mild, and you could make it with chicken liver. It's not as good, but it does work. Big thank you of course goes out to everybody for watching, all my Patreon, PayPal, super thanks, channel members, and everybody that helps the channel in all the ways you do with gifts. And talking about gifts, here's one I received just a couple of days ago from another boater who's a watcher of the channel, and here's a little clip of it. I have received a gift today. I was outside chopping up some firewood, and a gentleman on Narrowboat Grace came up alongside and handed me this. Well, I did see this gentleman a while ago, probably, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 months ago. And he said, next time I see you, I will give you a gift of something I make. Well, this is that gift. I can't believe he remembered, but thank you very, very much. I believe his name's inside, and I can't remember his name. And he did tell me that his name was inside because I asked him. So here goes. Open it up. What do we have here? Oh, we have the Hollingswood Canal Society newsletter. I think he's used that as wrapping, I'm not sure. No, there's all sorts of things in here. Very interesting, actually. Oh, a few things to have a look at. And this is what's inside. Honey Slow Gin 2022. And it says on here, it's going to be upside down for you guys, but it says, with best wishes from Ian of the Hollywood Canal Society. Thank you very much indeed, Ian. There we've got to have a sip, haven't we? Oh, smells good. That is wonderful. I think that's to keep out the back, so when you're cruising along and you're feeling a little bit of the nip in the air, that's tonic. Thank you very much, Ian. Very, very, very much appreciated. I do love homemade gifts. And don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. It's free and hit the bell notification button and the all options button. That way YouTube should show you every time I upload a new video. Well, that just leaves me to say, thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.